What is SEO? SEO is search engine optimization. It is the practice of optimizing your web content for search engine friendly results. Keep in mind that SEO is a process. SEO will take time. SEO is always ongoing. SEO is organic. One big thing is that SEO is not PPC or any form of paid advertising. Why SEO? Well, keep in mind that search engines serve their clients who are both advertisers and surfers. The surfers are potential customers who use search engines to make informed decisions on purchases. Content that is relevant, valuable, engaging will satisfy customers who will make a buying decision. An online presence for your business is a cost-effective way to advertise. You can create value for your clients by providing relevant and valuable information. Not to mention, you can always ensure that your clients find your content when you have an online presence. That's why we recommend WordPress and SEO best practices. Since being released on May of 2003, WordPress has quickly climbed up the internet ladder to now power about 1/4 of all new websites. And since its inception, WordPress has grown from being known as a blogging platform to being a powerful content management system, or CMS. According to Wikipedia, WordPress is a free and open source blogging tool and content management system powered by PHP and MySQL. It has many features, including a plugin architecture and a template system. WordPress is used by over 14.7% of Alexa's Internet top 1 million websites. As of August 2011, powers 22% of all new websites. WordPress is currently the most popular CMS in use on the internet. WordPress is definitely SEO friendly, and we already know that WordPress is very popular, and there are plenty of plugins to add functionality. SEO is among one of the plugins that you can add in to WordPress blogs, and this definitely makes WordPress plus SEO plugins plus SEO best practices a win-win-win situation for you and your business. What can SEO do for you? The lifeblood of any business is traffic. Whether you are an online marketer or an offline marketer, you will need traffic if your business is to thrive. And that's why more and more consumers rely on the internet to provide them with relevant answers to their queries. Whether it is product reviews or movie reviews, people online are doing serious research online prior to buying products. And regardless of whether you are an author, high search engine results page SERP ranking will ensure that your content is read. The more people that read your content, the more traffic you will get, which translates to more sales. Now, today's economy is tough, especially when confidence in the banking and financial sector is shaky. A proper SEO strategy can help you and your business get extra sales and business. Search engines are changing the way they do business, and thus SEO is an evolving field. If you become a SEO expert, whether for your own business or for your clients, your expertise will be noted and will definitely be in demand. SEO Overview. Keywords. Before you delve into the nitty-gritty of SEO, you must have a solid knowledge of your target market. This is where keyword research comes into play. Those things that we Google are the keywords, and these keywords are what determine the success of your SEO strategy. There are billions of searches done every day online. Whether your search engine of choice is Google or Yahoo or Bing, there are plenty of searches for plenty of things. Your task is to identify which keywords will suit your market and whether these keywords are viable for your business. This is what we determine to be our target keywords. Google has a tool for its advertising partners called the Google Keyword Tool. Long-tail keywords are keywords that have 3, 4, or 5 word keywords. These are so-called long tail because, frankly, it takes a long time to type these keywords into the search engines. Actually, long-tail keywords are more specific to niches. Niches, and in particular keyword niches, are a group of keywords containing a single seed keyword. Once again, proper keyword research is the key to discovering these hidden gold mines of SEO traffic. WordPress SEO Overview. It is far better to create a SEO roadmap before you begin your web design process. In short, here are the steps you will need to take for your new sites. There are 3 steps that you have to before you do anything else. First of all, you'll have to identify your target market. You need to prioritize the keywords and finally create the content for those keywords. Do you know the term KISS? It stands for Keep It Simple Assignment, which is what you have to do for your SEO keyword research. Most single word keywords are hugely popular and you won't have a chance in ranking for these. The idea behind identifying your market is to find 2 to 3 word keywords in a viable market and go with that. The only way to prioritize keywords is to know a few metrics. Among those few metrics are daily and monthly traffic, a broad search value, a cost per click value, and so on and so forth. These are highly technical terms and are outside the scope of this video. However, tools like Market Samurai and SE Cockpit will give you a better idea of how to make use of this data. As always, if Google is your search engine of choice, you can always analyze data using the Google Keyword tool. Once you have determined which the most successful keywords for your business/campaign will be, then go ahead and create content focusing on those keywords. If you have selected 5 different keywords, ensure that you create 5 different pages of content, each targeting that particular keyword. If your website or domain is new, ensure that you can quickly get 2 to 3 pieces of content each week. Search engines tend to drop sites that do not update with timely, relevant content. And finally, ensure that your pages are keyword optimized and have relevant links, both internal and external, to sources of information. The idea is to keep your site free of distraction and ensure that you provide key information at the beginning to entice the visitor to keep reading. WordPress SEO for content. Here's a quick overview of the SEO process for WordPress websites. As you know, the search engines have their own proprietary algorithms for how they calculate value. Among them are these key guidelines that you need to follow when creating content in your site. There are 10 steps for the WordPress SEO process. The first 5 are listed here, and they are: ensure that your keyword is in the page title, it's in the page slug, it's included in header tags, and ensure that the keyword density is appropriate and that you also have the keyword in the last 50 to 100 words. Steps 6 through 10 are to ensure that you have an image with the keyword. Ensure that the image actually has an alt tag with the keyword inside of it. As well, have an internal link with the keyword and an external link with the keyword. And if your document is about 300 or so words, then that is a good size. The page title and the page slug. What you want to do is ensure that your page title contains the keyword that you're targeting. The page slug, if you've not heard of this term before, is what is seen by the search engines. For example, example.com/keyword-optimize-page-slug, and that's the slug that is seen in the search results. The header tags. The header tags are the H1, H2, and H3 tags in your WordPress content. When you are writing content, ensure that your keyword appears in each of these tags. These tags will also help your reader by breaking content into readable and logical chunks that can be easily read on a screen. A good page has about 300 words for a good read/skim. Ensure that you scatter your keywords throughout your document to achieve a 2 to 5% keyword density. Finally, the keyword that you are targeting should be in the last 50 to 100 words of the content. Images are another big thing when it comes to an SEO score for the search engines. Each piece of content should have at least one image with the keyword in its name and the keyword in the ALT equals tag. Have you taken a look at Wikipedia? The thing about Wikipedia is that it is chock full of links, both internal and external, and this is what makes for very good reading. With internal links, you can engage your reader, and with external links, you can show to the search engines that you care about your prospective clients' interests by linking to relevant and valuable content. I came across this blog post on SEO Moz. Now you can tell it was posted a few years back, but it's very relevant. And this is from SEO Moz. And if you don't already know, SEO Moz is a paid service where you can do a lot of SEO stuff with them. They take care of a lot of things. However, this is the most important thing to keep in mind when you're doing SEO. As you already know, SEO is a time-consuming process. It's an ongoing process, and it's very unlike paid traffic. So this first one is just a pie chart of the SEO time expenditure. As you can see, the most time is spent convincing others that SEO is a worthwhile, high return on investment channel that's worthy of the investment. And the remainder of the pie is split up into keyword research, getting links, monitoring how the industry works, the search engine algorithm changes and so on. Of course, keeping on-site optimization, ensuring your social networking is up to date, as well as a little bit of caffeine and perhaps some alcohol. Now, if you've come across or done any sort of SEO research, you will know that there are essentially two camps. There is the white hat, and then there's the black hat. And in the middle is something called the gray hat. White hat tactics are something considered by people to be good and honest, perhaps somewhat ethical, whereas black hat practices are a little bit shady, where they actually try to manipulate the algorithms, the search engine algorithms, in a way that was not originally intended. So you'll see that there are four quadrants here. There is something that is low value, something that is high value, and of course they each have their white hat tactics as well as black hat tactics. The way you do your SEO, it's entirely up to you, and it depends on how much you're willing to pay and what kind of quality you expect in return. Of course, that's where you have to decide whether you're going to do any sort of white hat tactics or black hat tactics. Number 3 here is the flowchart of SEO friendliness, and these are the order of operations that make a site SEO friendly. You'll notice it goes up from quality content all the way to keyword research and specific niche targeting. Number 4, there is a Venn diagram of the internet marketing professions. We all fit into one of these areas here. There's the marketer, there's the statistician, there's a technologist, and in between the diagrams here, they're all connected by SEO. SEO is search engine optimization. It is the way results are presented to the searcher, to the prospective client who queries the search engines for particular terms. And that's where you fit in, and that's how you want to be able to position yourself as an expert in your area, the provider of valuable content to your readers, and so on. And thus you will get natural, organic search engine results rankings. And if this is something that suits your fancy, you should study this a little bit more in depth. Once again, you can go to seomoz.org/blog/4-essential-SEO-infographics, and it's written by Rand Fish of the SEO Moz blog. See you in the next video. Here's another infographic that I want to elaborate upon for your search engine optimization. As you can see, the very first thing that others will tell you to do is to do proper keyword research, and that's what I emphasize as well. There are many tools that will do keyword research. A lot of them are paid services, of course, except the Google keyword tool, which is for Google advertising partners. This is the chart of what keyword research entails. You'll notice single word keywords have very high search frequency, but they're extremely competitive and will cost quite a lot of money to compete for on the search engine results page. And that's where we get further down this tail and into what we consider the long tail, that keywords that consist of 3, 4, 5 or more. And of course, the further you go down the tail, the search frequency gets lower. It's easier to rank for the long tail keywords because there's a lot less competition. However, if you build enough of these long tail keywords and target these strong keyword phrases, it is very easy to rank highly for these phrases afterwards. The next thing we do is we have to, before we do our keyword research, perhaps, if you already have a domain, if you already have a niche that you know, after your keyword research, you need to develop your site architecture. Key thing to understand is that Google does not rank websites. Instead, they rank pages, and they have their own algorithms to determine how they rank it. But this one is going to be the root of your domain. And the root of your domain is going to have something called tier 1 or tier 2, tier 3 pages. And how you will organize it, you have to organize in such a way that it's both logical to your readers as well as to the search engines. That's why we have something like this, where a page has links internally as well as externally, and they all link back and forth back to the main domain. And this is what is important, because the more the keywords you see down here, these are probably 3, 4, 5, or 6 keyword focused pages, and they all link back to the parent page, who all link back to the parent page, and who all link back to the main root domain. And this is how you build up your rank. This is an ongoing process. This takes quite a bit of research. It takes quite a bit of time. You can automate this, you can outsource this, but keep in mind this is the kind of structure that the search engines are looking for. Of course, having this planned out before you design your site, before you populate your site with content, makes a lot of sense. It'll save you a lot of time. Following the site architecture, what we're going to do is we're going to do in-page optimization. As you've already read in the ebook, you have to optimize your URL, you have to optimize your meta descriptions, you have to optimize the page title, you have to have an image with the file name, the keyword focus file name, you have to have the image's alt tag with the keyword focus name, the body text should have an appropriate keyword density, you should include page headings of H1, H2, and H3, once again the image ALT attributes. Don't forget also that keywords should also be bolded, italicized, and underlined, and that's what the search engines are looking for. Once we've developed our page site, once we've gotten a few pieces of content and they're all linking to each other, what we need to do is work on the process of link building, or sometimes known as getting backlinks, which are one-way links from other blogs or comments or something else. And there is a variety of ways to do this. You can release press releases, you can submit to article directories, you can do link baiting, and you can do a whole bunch of stuff. Some of this stuff is white hat tactics, some of it is considered black hat tactics, and you can see for yourself which way you want to do it, which way is a little bit easier for you. And finally we come to SEO tactics. Here again is white hat as well as black hat tactics, and you will see where you want to fit into and how you want to proceed with your link building strategy. And finally, of course, we come to link baiting and social media, whether Facebook, Twitter, Dig, Blogger, StumbleUpon, and more. There are lots of social media sites out there. How relevant they are to your content it really depends. Of course, the search engines can change their algorithms at any time, so be prepared to always constantly update it. And essentially that's what SEO is. It's always having relevant content, updated content, timely content for your visitors. And of course, if the search engines see that, they know that your site is of value, your pages provide value, and thus your domain and your niche will get ranked very highly. One thing to note between SEO versus PPC is, even though it's pay-per-click, SEO is not really free. You do have to pay a lot of money or spend a lot of time to build up your ranking. So in one sense, none of these services are free. In another sense, the rankings that you get are free, quote unquote. You'll notice from a typical web search result, the top area in red right now and to the right, these are all paid advertisements, and that's pay-per-click. Over here is the organic search results, and that's where you want to be. That's what the SEO process is. According to these graphics here, most visitors search for the organic traffic. It's very rare, or at least 1/4 of the time they actually will click on the paid traffic. Now the return on SEO versus PPC is what I think is important. Just under 40% of SEO campaigns achieve returns in excess of 500%, and that's the data from DataDial. And out of all the PPC campaigns, 22%, 1/4 of them, achieve returns of 500%. So SEO is really well worth your time. It's worth your effort, and sometimes it can be worth your money. It's up to you to decide how you're going to do it, but this is just a grand overview of the SEO process. I hope this fits, and I'll see you in the next video. Hi there. I just wanted to take a little bit of time to explain to you and share with you the evolution of making a page. 1. This link, rather this infographic, was shared to me via searchenginejournal.com. It's running WordPress obviously, and this is the link to it. I will post it down below so you can actually click on it and check it out yourself. But here it is. The search engine marketing industry has grown 5 times in the last 7 years, and that's a huge jump. Okay, it's massive. You can see from this one, Google is the largest search engine provider, followed by Yahoo, MSN, and Bing. Of course, they're all merged together, so this graphic is a little outdated. Now, let's go and see what the timeline is, the page requirements. Like way back in 1994, Lycos was there. It was the first web crawler. It provided some search values, and lots of people, they used to have web pages with white text on white background with a whole bunch of keywords that used to link back to each other and thus rank highly. So of course the algorithms got a little bit smarter. They worked on a few things, and then they started providing more and more relevant content. In 1995, you have things like Alta Vista, InfoSeek, Yahoo. Finally, in 1996, you get SEO, things like that, Inktomi, Hotbot, and so on. Of course, 1997 saw Ask Jeeves come around, and 1998 was the big year. We get things like DMOZ, which is the directory, MSN Search, Google, GoTo, and so on. This is a big year because that's when the first PPC model is developed. From there, we see like gigantic evolutions of the search engine process. AdWords comes in around 2002. Yahoo acquires Inktomi. Blogger comes here. Yahoo acquires that. Google gets AdSense for contextual links. WordPress was developed in 2003, and now we know that WordPress, according to Wikipedia, powers just under a quarter of the new websites today. In 2004, Facebook came online, and they're just big things. 2006, of course, Google purchased YouTube. Twitter is launched. You get a few really exciting things. 2009, Bing replaces MSN Search. 2010, Yahoo uses MSN Bing technology. In 2011, we saw a lot of the big Google Panda slap, and that affected a lot of the content farms. And of course, in 2011, the Google Plus One was launched. What's coming forward in 2012? Well, lots of things. But the key factor underlying all of this, underlying all of SEO, is that search engines have two clients. They have their advertisers and they have their searchers. Their biggest clients, of course, are the advertisers who pay money. But the advertisers are the ones that provide value to the searchers. If Google didn't have the searchers, there's no need for advertisers because nobody can get anywhere. So it is up to you as a business, as a service provider, to provide the most quality information you can to your searchers, the most relevant information, the most timely information. And that in a nutshell is what the SEO process is. And this is what will take a lot of time because it is an evolutionary process. It is ongoing. Always you are going to be spending money, time, and effort, revamping your site, tweaking your on-page SEO factors, writing content, getting backlinks to your content, doing more and more keyword research so that you will develop a site, a hub, a niche that becomes the authority for whatever product or service that you're selling. I'll see you in the next video. Hi there. In this video, I want to talk a little bit about keyword research. As you know, the Google AdWords tool is a free tool for Google advertisers. Essentially, you type in your keyword or the website that you want to find more information about and hit search. It will return a list of keywords, show you some metrics about how many monthly searches, how valuable it is. And that's for Google specific term. Another keyword research tool that I think is important that I actually started out on this was WordTracker. But they do have an interesting approach to keyword research. You can always take a free trial. It works out to about 60 US a month and it's fabulous. But you have to use it and use it fully to your advantage. There are lots of tutorials inside of WordTracker to help you with your keyword research, and this is something that I think you should consider making use of. I know there are lots of other sites that make use of the WordTracker data, for instance SiteSell, and I think WordTracker is a very good way to go. It's a nice way to do a lot of research, but it's not free. If you want to do free research, Google AdWords tool is free. However, the data that you get may not always be relevant to what you're looking for. That's why you have to make use of other alternate search engines or other alternate keyword research tools. The tools that I use are SE Cockpit as well as Market Samurai, and these are the two most popular ones that I think work really well for me because that's the way I do my research. I hope this video helps. I'll see you in the next one. Some of the questions I get asked about is, so I've already created my website and I've already keyword optimized it. How do I know that Google is indexing my stuff? Well, the best way to do it is, the fastest way rather, is to actually go to the Google and type in site. Let's just check yahoo.com for instance. So you'll see Google actually has indexed yahoo.com and it's indexed about 3.4 billion pages in Yahoo. And of course the most popular one that was returned is Yahoo Peru. So you can this is the best way to see whether your site has been indexed. Another site, for instance, is warriorforum.com. You can see it's already indexed about 4.9 million results in the Warrior Forum, and there are plenty of ways to check out all these things here. And of course that's what the Google search results will go. Now what about your site? Well, if you enter in your site information, it will index it for you. The very first example here is Sell Books Online. Okay, so let's just check out Sell Books Online. I'll just click here first for a second. Okay? And we'll go Sell Books Online. You will see the top results are cashforbooks.net. That's not what we want to see. We want to go back to see if we can find yoursite.com. Doesn't look like it. So it's not in the first few pages. So it's highly likely that it's out of the top 100 search results. Now, this is a manual way of checking whether your page is ranked for a particular keyword. I have found, of course, that a better tool to check your search engine rankings is Market Samurai in the Rank Tracker module. It'll do the exact same search that I'm doing right now, but it's automated. And you can tell it to restrict to the top 50 or the top 100 or find out which search engines. It helps a lot just to see whether your SEO efforts are actually paying off, whether you're being ranked for particular keywords. And this is the quick way of doing a Google search. Hope this helps. See you in the next video. In this video, I want to share a little bit with you about what backlinks are and how you can make use of them. If you've done any sort of SEO research, you'll know that backlinks are crucial to your services and your search engine rankings. Backlinks are links from other sites, from other domains, from other IP addresses to your pages, to your sites, to your domains. Backlinks are valuable because that's the only way that the search engines will know that you have something of relevance to your prospective clients. Here at this website here, we buildyourblog.com, Andrew talks about the quality of backlinks. A website that has a high page rank, that has a high Moz rank, and from that website, if you get a link back to your sites, to your domain with an appropriate keyword rich tag, that carries a lot more weight than several thousand blog comments on PR0 or PR1 blogs. So that's quite important to differentiate between the quality of your backlinks as well as the quantity of your backlinks. So there are 11 ways, at least according to Andrew here, how you can get backlinks. The first way is blog commenting. And this is quite easy. You can create your own blog from Blogger or WordPress.com and just have a whole bunch of links back to your website. It works well because the search engines consider blogs to be a source of value, to be a source of social proof and validation for the value that you provide. The next way to do it is to submit to article directories. There are lots, but here the big ones are listed, which are Ezine Articles, theword.com, goarticles.com, buzzle.com, articlealley.com, ehow.com. All these article directories want you to have unique articles specific to their site, Ezine Articles especially, and buzzle.com as well. So while you can have an original article on your niche website, you should have different unique versions of that article posted on Ezine Articles and buzzle.com. Now these are do follow links, or rather they're not no follow, which means Google will see them and it'll realize that this is the website that needs to be visited and searched and indexed as well. So it's good to get links that are not no follow, and that's what it means to have do follow links. The third way to build backlinks is through RSS directories. It is a good method to get automatic backlinks to your pages. The fourth way is web directories. The fifth way is through social bookmarking. Sites like Mr. Wong, Digo, StumbleUpon, Digs. The sixth way is through Web 2.0 sites. The examples here are Squidoo, Hub Pages. The seventh way is through video sites such as YouTube, using TubeMogul or other video sharing sites. Number 8 is through Angela's backlinks. Number 9 are through forums. Again, forums are somewhat similar to blogs. It depends on the quality of the forum, how much traffic this forum gets, and so on. And if you're a guest blogger, a guest poster on a high traffic website, this is an excellent way to get quality backlinks back to your pages, to your main site. And finally, one thing that I think is absolutely important, especially when you're building your sites, is to have a lot of internal links. Let's just go take a look at Wikipedia here. I think Wikipedia is an excellent source of what it means to have internal links. You see right here today's featured article, Press Gang, that's an internal link, Comedy Drama, Central, CITV, Comprehensive School. These are all internal links that link inside of Wikipedia. So let's just click on Comprehensive School here, and we get to another Wikipedia page, which again has more internal links. I think internal links are a great way to just mix and match your linking strategy so that all pages of your site get indexed by the search engines. Those are 11 ways to make sure that you can get a lot of backlinks. Remember, quality is far more important, far more valuable than quantity, though of course having a lot of links from a variety of sources, variety of IPs, variety of domains is also very, very beneficial to your linking strategy. See you in the next video. Hi, in this video we want to talk a little bit about SEO terminology and SEO glossary. If you go to this site, seobook.com/glossary, it has a comprehensive glossary of terms specific to SEO. For example, 200 all the status codes that you'll need to know, what above the fold means, absolute link, AdSense, Ad Center, things like that. Now, this is an excellent resource that I think you should consider keeping as a bookmark. SEO is a big field, it's constantly evolving, and hence the need for you to be proactive into knowing what the proper methodology for SEO is. Over time, you will find that black hat SEO efforts are, while they may be frowned upon, and they're frowned upon because that was not the original intention of the search engine ranking algorithms. That's why white hat practices are favorable. That's why white hat practices will give you better results faster. It boils down to the fact that your website must be a website of authority. Your domain must be a domain of authority, and your content must be authoritative pieces of content. That's not to say that you need to write 5,000 word essays, 5,000 word pages. What it means is structure your site in such a way that your pieces of content are keyword focused, your pieces of content link to each other, your pieces of content have valuable information that entices your prospective client to keep reading. All of this requires a plan that you need to take into account before you actually start doing stuff. If you're new to SEO, you might just want to dive in and see what works and what doesn't work. But after you've got a few domains, a few niches down inside, then you have a better idea of what things work. And then you know for a fact that you can get such and such ranked quite highly based on what you've already gone through. So let's just pick K for instance. Keyword. Keyword research, I think, is absolutely important. Not only that, keyword density. Something is known as keyword stuffing, where every 10th word is the keyword. Previously, before search engine algorithm changes, this used to be a viable method. This used to be kind of a black hat method, obviously, and it used to work. But search engines are very intelligent. They are there to promote sites of value. If you have nothing of value to promote, there's no way that you're going to be ranked organically. Your best methodology, of course, is to do pay-per-click and get traffic that way. Please make sure to bookmark this site, seobook.com/glossary. This is very helpful information, and you will know more and more about the SEO process as you keep doing it. See you in the next video. In this video, I want to talk to you a little bit more about the SEO terminology and, according to SEO Moz, SEO jargon. If you just type seomoz.org and you search for SEO jargon, the first result you're going to get is the complete glossary of SEO jargon. And that's where we were essentially. So much like the seobook.com/glossary, this is similar. Why you would want to use SEO Moz over the other one? Well, it's a personal preference. SEO is always evolving because the search engines are always evolving. They are always evolving to provide the most valuable, most relevant content to their advertisers, to their searchers. And the way they do that is to index the sites, to make sure that whatever content you provide is absolutely timely, absolutely relevant, and absolutely valuable to the end user. So once again, you can check out seomoz.org and search for SEO jargon, and you'll come up with the complete glossary of essential SEO jargon. Take a look, keep it in your bookmarks, and enjoy. See you in the next video. Hi, in this video, we'll talk about SEO forums. And this is where you would go if you wanted to get a little bit more in-depth, maybe kind of one-on-one internet style help with SEO questions. There are plenty of forums out there, and a quick Google search reveals about 40 million sites for SEO forums, the first one being forums.seochat.com. So let's just take a look at that over here. SEO chat forums. You can scroll down and you'll notice it's got this one here for Google optimization. There are 26 viewing right now, and it's got 310,000 posts in 38,000 threads. So it's quite busy, and there's a lot of information that you can get. Another source of information is the SitePoint forums, sitepoint.com/forums/forum.php. You can see there's information here that you can spend days, weeks, months, years on. It's up to you as a business owner, as a service provider, to provide the most valuable, most relevant, most timely content that you can. And that's only if you want to do SEO type work, if you want to rank organically for particular keywords. I hope this helps. I'll see you in the next video. Hi, in this video we're going to talk a little bit about web traffic analysis using log programs such as AW Stats and Webalizer and Google Analytics. So AW Stats and Webalizer are two popular tools that your web host will provide. Let's just take a look and see what these guys do. So this is what AW Stats will look like, and it'll tell you what kind of traffic came to your websites. So let's just take a look for a whole year analysis. What I like about AW Stats is it's very colorful. It suits the way I do my research. However, some people have better luck with Webalizer, but they all analyze the same log data. They will all analyze how much traffic you get per day of week, per hour of day, from which countries, which the top 10 hosts are, and so on. Among all of this traffic, what you need to know and what you need to analyze are these search key phrases. This is important for your SEO because you need to know which keywords are causing people to come to your site, and that's very important. You can always check out the full list of traffic data and keyword data, and you can always analyze it and optimize it for your best SEO practices. Webalizer, on the other hand, has a look like this. Let's just take a look at what May 1999 traffic looks like. So you can see they present the data just slightly differently, but it's still the same. We're looking at daily statistics, broken down by hour, broken down by day, broken down by URL, and so on. Once again, the best thing to take a look at are the search strings. Webalizer is good because it'll give you a nice detailed list of search strings as well. I think it's always good to know just exactly what keywords will bring traffic. That way you can always make sure you tweak all your keywords. You can do a little bit more research into your keywords, and you can do a little bit more optimization on your keywords for your sites. So that's important. Another one that's really good is Google Analytics. And Google Analytics provide a lot of good information about how long people stay on your site, what pages they look at, what the bounce rate is, and plenty more. It's very good to have all of these different log programs and make an informed decision of how you want to proceed with your SEO, how you want to proceed with your keyword research. This is just a very brief overview. You can always learn more about this from their respective websites and even the google.com/analytics website. I'll see you in the next video. Hi, in this video I want to share with you a couple of SEO software tools that you can use, that you can download for free to help with your SEO efforts. The first one is called traffictravis.com. You can see from the page here that the headline says the exact software the SEO professionals use to rank websites like yours. You can read a little bit more about it and all the testimonials and what Traffic Travis actually does. And then after you've done that, you can go ahead and download it for free. It is compatible with Windows XP and Windows Vista and Windows 7. Doesn't look like there is a Mac version. The other software that I want to share with you is something called SERP Attacks. SERP, as you know, stands for Search Engine Results Page, and SERP Attacks helps you identify niches, helps you find highly searched keywords, and helps you discover keywords that you can make use of and rank for. So once again, this is a free tool. It's called SERP Attacks and it's at serpattacks.com. The other one is Traffic Travis. If you want to use one or both, you're welcome to do so, and hopefully this will help you out in your SEO efforts. See you in the next video. Hi, in this video I'm going to share a few of the plugins or extensions that I use with my Firefox browser. One such extension that you can see right now is the SE Quake toolbar. And at a quick glance, what it does is it provides quite a lot of page information, including page rank, how many pages Google's indexed of that site, the link value, the link monetary value, how many pages Bing has indexed, the Alexa rank, the age of the domain, delicious index, and so on. Let's just hit the Alt button and it'll get you to the Firefox toolbar, where you can select to check your add-ons. You can see I've installed a variety of add-ons, most especially the Firebug add-on, S3 Firefox Organizer, SEO Quake, and YSlow. SEO Quake was the toolbar that I showed you previously. S3 Firefox is what I use to manage my Amazon S3 account, and Firebug and YSlow do a lot of debugging information for your websites. So let's just go ahead and search for something on Google. So let's just type MSN Money, for instance. What happens with the search after you query it on Google is SE Quake will go ahead and get a whole bunch of information for you. So we can see money.msn.com actually has a page rank of 7, the Google index of 199,000 pages, as well as Bing has 432,000 pages indexed. The Alexa site rank is site 13, it's highly trafficked. The domain was created April 4th, 2001, and so on. This is quite a bit of information and you can check it out at a quick glance. SEO Quake is very good if you want to check out your competitors and see how they rank, or rather what you have to do to rank above them, and it makes a big difference in your SEO efforts. So that add-on is SEO Quake. You can easily do that by going onto the add-ons and selecting to get add-ons here and just type in SEO Quake. Since I've already installed it, it won't show it, but if you type in SEO, for instance, it'll show you what is available. The other one that I like and that I've used a lot is the SEO Status PageRank Alexa toolbar. It's not as detailed as the SEO Quake toolbar, but it provides quite a bit of information that you can easily check out. And there it is. I hope you found this video helpful and informative. I'll see you in the next video. Hi, in this video I want to talk a little bit about how to find out how your SEO efforts are paying off. You've spent money, you've spent time, you've spent effort, and you want to know how your sites rank. Over here I've got a list of 4 tools and services that you can make use of. The first one I'm going to share is called rankerizer.com, and the headline says monitor and track your Google, Yahoo, and Bing rankings for an unlimited number of keywords, all completely free. This is an application that you get to download and run. All you have to do is enter your information here and select to download it. There is a product overview that you can take a look at by clicking on the video. And here are a few questions and testimonials for this service. The next one I want to talk a little bit about is something called Site Scorer. Sitescorer.com, this is what it is. It'll provide free SEO analysis. All you have to do is put in your URL, your email, the keywords, and a few competing websites and get your report generated for you. You can check out here which sites have been recently scored and which ones have the better scores than other sites. The third one I want to share with you is something called Pair Analytics. PairAnalytics.com. All you have to do is enter your site's information here and click to analyze your site, and it'll return with a nice report that you can go through and analyze for yourself. Finally, at SEOworkers.com, you can select this, our free online SEO tool right here. Just click on it here and you get to enter the information here, and they will provide you with a nice report and let you know how your site is faring. Once again, I want to emphasize that SEO is an ongoing process, and it's always nice to know how well your efforts are doing, how well they are improving your rankings, and it helps to have this kind of information at your disposal so that when you hire new SEO services or new SEO firms do your SEO stuff for you, you can tell them this is what you've done previously, this is how you're ranking, and tell them exactly what you want them to do. Hope this video has been helpful. I'll see you in the next video.